what this library now allows us to do is to basically enforce constraints on our models. So let's open up customer. So customer.java. And remember, I said that we want name and password to always be mandatory. So the way we do it is, so in here, I'm going to use an annotation called @ and then not and then blank. So make sure you use the javax.validation.constraints and then enter. And for the password, we also want this to be @ and then not blank. So you see that we have not null and not blank. And the difference here is that not null, it means that the property must not be null and can be empty, but we want basically the password and the name to contain some characters. So here I'm going to say not blank. And there we go. Now what I'm going to do is restart the application and then go back to Postman. And here, let me send the request. So before, remember, I think we just sent the ID. So let's just send ID, send, and you can see that this still works. Now we actually added these annotations right here saying that the name must not be blank as well as the password, but we haven't activated these constraints. So the way we activate is where we receive the object or the response body. And at that point, when we turn it into a customer, so in here, so you see that we have at response body, right? So this is the method that we are talking about. So this is the post method. So post mapping. So here, where we receive the customer, we can say that this must be a valid, so @ and then valid, just like that. So let's actually say that, let's reverse this. So let's just put it just like that. So before, so it doesn't really matter, but we're going to say we want a valid response body, and the response body is customer. So let's restart the application once more. And if I go back to Postman, now remember this request worked previously. Now what I'm going to do is send the request and check this out. You can see that now we actually have a bad request. So this is awesome, right? And as soon as we put the name and password, and let's just remove ID from here, send. Oh, actually, this is a bad request because I do have this comma right here. So let me just remove the comma there and then send. And there we go. So 200 status code. So this is super nice. So you can see that we can actually validate our customer when we receive the payload. Now, these annotations right here, they only work when we use the @valid annotation. So right here, so in here, this is how we activate them. Otherwise, we can use this class as a normal POJO in our code. So it doesn't do anything. So these annotations, they don't add any extra features unless we activate them where we receive the object.